Okay, American recognition of Haiti, the debate of 1862. This is actually a paper that's been put together by myself for my second year in graduate school. So we're going to look at this work. It's kind of based off of some work that has been done by Eric Foner. And you can find that work in Our Lincoln by Eric Foner, and chapter 6 is Lincoln and Colonization. And one thing he has on page 151, it says the president also called for the extended diplomatic recognition of Haiti and Liberia, partly to improve prospects for black immigration. Why is that important? Okay. One, this is 1862. Haiti had declared itself independent in 1804. So the question is, why is it 58 years later did America recognize Haiti? It couldn't have been due to any financial things, because no new products was coming out of Haiti. So for 58 years, there was no significant need for Haiti. So what was it about in 1862? Because technically it was December 1st in 1861 in the address to Congress, which is now called the State of the Union address that the president does every year. It's called the Address to Congress when Lincoln did it. That was when he first addressed or recognized Haiti and Liberia. And as Foner said, it was partly because he wanted to open doors and channels to increase the likelihood for black immigration. Well, black immigration at that time meant colonization. Lincoln had for a long time, at least since noted in 1850, Lincoln had been an advocate for colonization of black people. What colonization of black people meant was getting all the black people and shipping them off to Africa. Now, the problem is, the first black people allegedly got here, at least the slave-born black people. We're not talking about the Aborigine who were here before possibly anybody, definitely before the Europeans, definitely before 1492. The ones who were brought by way of slave ship is given credit to be in 1619 Jamestown, Virginia. So from 1619 all the way to 1862, there are generations of black people that are indigenous to the United States. They've been race mixed by slave masters raping the slaves, and mulattoes from South America and the Caribbean, and the infusion of all types of races from the Louisiana Purchase. Now we just have people of color that have been generated from in the United States, on this continent, that are indigenous to this country. And Lincoln felt that slavery was wrong, but that did not mean he felt blacks were equal to whites. And he made it clear through several of his communication that equality was not his intention, that he just felt slavery was morally wrong. And he felt that indeed the country was a country built by white people for white people, so the black people just need to go. What was different about him was he was not in favor of another forced immigration. He actually tried to appeal to black people to leave. Say, look, man, they're not going to treat you right here. They ain't treated you right. They never treated you right. Go. And he put forth requests to Congress to fund colonization efforts. He sent out communications to other nations to find destinations for colonies for blacks. He funded different expeditions to get people to sign up to leave. And the recognition of Haiti was timed perfectly, because if nothing else happened differently with Haiti, that means something different happened in the United States. Obviously, 1862 or 1861 is the Civil War. The war tactic that was often used and was specifically used by Lincoln and by the North when you're fighting somebody is to mess up their economy, mess up their finances so they can't afford to fight you. So one thing they did was they blocked all of the ports, specifically Alabama and Louisiana ports, to affect their trade. They're able to get in the materials they needed to process cotton and to ship out the cotton from around the world. Because remember the King Cotton thing, which is why the South thought that the nations around the world would come to assist them. So, one, having Haiti as an ally would assist in blocking the ports. But more importantly, if they're already going after their economy, what built the economy in the South? It was not the cotton itself. It was the fact that they didn't have to pay the labor for the cotton, which was also the root of the tariffs. That was some people say it was primary, some people say it was secondary, but we do know that it was an issue. If they could also attack slavery, you're further weakening your opponent. Now you can draw them back into the Union, because they did not want to defeat the South. They wanted Lincoln's goal was to preserve the Union. So what they were trying to do is just make it as to where, one, they could not afford to fight them. B, make sure that they did not have the financial structure to build that kind of power again to secede from the Union. So if they removed slavery permanently, the South couldn't do that anymore. So his goal was to immediately find places for black people to go. And if you look at the amount of activity and investment that Lincoln put into colonization, it becomes more clear that this wasn't a random act of altruism on behalf of the United States, that they recognized Haiti. Haiti was a strategic place that was already open to colonization. So why is that important? Even today, Haiti is an ignored nation. But for Haiti to be a key component in a plan to resolve the Civil War, it not only had value to the United States, but by implication, it then had value to every nation that would be affected by the outcome of the Civil War. So that's going to be France, that's going to be Portugal, that's going to be Spain, that's going to be Britain. Every place that had abolished slavery but had interest in colonization, and they had slavery there. So the Civil War was the turning point if slavery was going to continue to be abolished or if it was still going to have a place in civilized society. So Haiti and Haiti's revolution has now been put in the dead center of the development of the civilized world as we know it now.